Hey, what's up YouTube? All right, check it out. I got my Bluedio UFO Pro Pluses coming in today, and I'm gonna have to do a review on them. But since I've been bragging about these so much, I've been using these for 2 years, and I've been extremely happy. But since I've been bragging about them all the time, and I keep comparing them to everything else I buy, these are regular UFOs. I compare them to everything else. I figure, hey, why not do a review? I know it's like old at this point, but some of y'all don't know about these, man. I think these are probably the most underrated headphones on the market right now, as far as price and function as well. So let's go ahead and get into this review. All right, now I'm not gonna go into some crazy special unboxing experience because I'll be honest with you, it is not here. For the price point, the retail price of these headphones, I think it should be, but Sony really just focused on giving you a good product versus a bunch of fluff in a package. I'm not gonna appreciate that in a sense, but at the same time, you got stuff like this, same price point, and they give you a luxurious unboxing experience. So that's my first gripe about these headphones right here. There's no unboxing experience. So let's just get into this real quick. All right, so on the box, we got extra bass, just description of the product, pictures of the product. These actually have about 20 hours of projected battery life if you're listening to it at moderate volume. And I would suppose that that's with the bass boost off. So just wanted to get that out there just real quick in case I forgot to tell y'all. All right, so unboxing experience. You slide this out, very flimsy cardboard material. It's not even cardboard really, it's just more like paper. Then you open it up and you agree with your headphones. You got your instruction booklets in here, this little pocket. Oh, it's not even as big as I thought, but they're in there. It's like a little instruction booklet. There you go, for your reading pleasure. And of course you do get your micro USB cable to charge it with. But this is your 3.5 millimeter jack. This is something I really wanted to get into and talk to you about before we get too far into the headphones. I know these are Bluetooth, so this line-in cable is not something you probably will be worried about. I wasn't too worried until I started actually using it for other purposes, just wanting to have something quick where I didn't have to connect to Bluetooth. On one side, you have your elbow, your 90-degree elbow, okay? And that's fine, it's perfect, okay? You can use this pretty much anywhere. But on this side, the side that actually goes into the bottom of the headphone, there's this gray area right here where the diameter of the plug is actually a little bit narrower. So I'm not sure how big this is, but it's actually this gray area, it's recessed. So when it goes into the ear cup, it actually goes into this recessed pocket, meaning that this is pretty much proprietary. So if you get this set of headphones, make sure you hang on to this cable and guard it with your life, because you can't just plug in any ordinary 3.5 millimeter cable. It's the same 3.5 millimeter jack right here, but it's just this surrounding around it that's gonna make the big difference. So beware of that when you get these. But they're Bluetooth, so you might not even need them at all. All right, so we got the headphones. Just pull it out of there. There is no case. They don't give you no pouch. They don't give you no case. No nothing, man. They just give you headphones. That's what you bought. That's pretty much all they give you. So just pull them out and you present it with the headphone. And I have to say, as far as build quality goes, I'm not upset at all. It's very simple build quality, if you ask me. You got your band right here. It actually shows. There's no cushion around it on the outside, but it is comfortable enough on the opposite side, the part that makes contact with your head. That's actually soft enough to provide decent comfort to where you don't even, worry about having all this plush stuff around it. This is all plastic, and this is probably, some type of aluminum or maybe some kind of steel. And of course you have your clicks for your headphone adjustment. It does click. I have a smaller head, so I usually don't stretch it out at all, to be honest with you. And around here, this is a harder plastic. There's no other metal on these headphones except for the metal around the band here, which actually gives it plenty of flex, okay? And these, in my opinion, are actually pretty small headphones, which when you take away from the fact that these ear cups are so freaking huge and plushy. But once again, this is all plastic, but it's a hard composite, and it actually has stood up the test of time. Once again, these particular headphones that we're looking at are 2 years old, so they have stood the test of time. Now, like I said, I have had these for a while, so I've decided to dress mine up. So you'll see this red stripe here. That's something I just decided to decorate mine with. But on this side, we have your NFC tag, because you can connect these via NFC. When you have them on your head or in your hand, unlock your phone, dink or dink, and then you're all done. You're connected. They actually power on that way too. There's no on and off switch. It's actually a button that you hold, and we'll get around to that when we get to that ear cup. So there's your NFC on the left-hand side. You got your Sony branding right there. And on this ear cup, we have the volume up and down rockers right there. Volume up and volume down. And then here we got your, this is basically just dedicated for music switching, forward and backtrack. You just kind of flip forward, flip back for backtracks. And you can press it to answer in phone calls, things of that nature. And actually the call quality is actually pretty decent. Of course, you definitely want to be on a real Bluetooth headset or just, talking on the phone. But, for what this is, I think the calls are actually pretty decent. And that is actually this is the right ear cup right here with all the controls. Now let's move over to the left ear cup. Of course, you got some more Sony branding. I like what they've done with their branding. It's very, very simple. I can always applaud Sony for that because they don't just stamp Sony everywhere. It's just nice and small right there. It's not across the headband. And hey, there you go. Now over here we have a recessed power button, okay? Now this power button, you hold it for 2 or 3 seconds and that powers on. If you hold it even longer than that, you go into pairing mode and there's a little LED that'll flash red and blue here. And that lets you know you're in pairing mode. And then you have your 3.5 millimeter jack right there. And then you have your micro USB plug-in for charging. It takes about 2 hours to charge these up to full capacity. And once again, it's about 20 hours if you actually run them all the way down at moderate listening levels. Now I'll be honest with you, in 2 years, I've probably charged these things probably 4 to 6 times. That's how long they last. I've never run them down. I just charge them because I've listened to them for about 4 or 5 days or times rather. And then I just start charging them just because. But seriously, it's only been about 4 to 6 times out of 2 years. Now right here, that is the bass boost button. It's recessed as well. And once you press that button, oh man, we'll talk about this later. But this right here, that's the truth. All right, let's get into these ear cups. You see how fat those are? Those are fat ear cups, man. Oh my God, they're so soft and plushy. Oh. All right, now on the inside, they are kind of ear shaped. They're more of an oval versus a whole circle. That way your ear can just get up in there and feel right at home. Okay, now as far as portability and collapsibility, we're gonna make that a word today, collapsibility. So they do not collapse. So as far as storage and with travel, this is about as easy as you're gonna get right here. They just hang like that and they swivel, okay? They do go up and down, so it'll kind of self-adjust onto your ear once you put it there, and I do appreciate that. But I really do wish they would actually fold inward or up to make a more compact design for travel. You just fold them flat like this. And I did end up getting a case that was more of a horseshoe shaped case. And the case works great. They didn't give me one in the box, but that's what I had to do. But as far as folding them up for portability, that's not just gonna work. So you can actually easily, if you have a backpack, you can just swivel them out like this, make them flat. You can slide them down in your backpack like that. But other than that, as far as portability, that's about all you're getting. Now let's put these on the head. All right, now as far as comfort, these are actually broken in, but even on day one, I could actually feel how my ear truly gets swallowed up into this ear cup right here. It just fits right in there. Now, if you got some big old ears, maybe not, but my ears are normal size and they go right in there and they fit right into that little oval groove. So as far as the top, you can see right here, it hugs the head tightly so it doesn't look ridiculous on your head. It's actually a pretty form-fitting design. But you got these big old cans right here. That's because they got these big old 40 millimeter drivers in here just pounded on your skull. But the comfort level is definitely there. And like I said, they kind of self-adjust. So even if you just slap on your head, that swivel is actually gonna kind of just let it lay on your head wherever it needs to be. And you don't have to do too much adjusting with the headband forward or back. Now let's talk about the most important thing, sound. All right, these things right here. Now, when we talk about sound, we're talking about 2 speakers. I've been introduced to having multiple speakers and headphones with the Bluedios. So, I don't know what to say about having 2 speakers in your ear right now. But as far as these, they actually do sound really good for all genres of music. I listen to mostly hip hop and a lot of classic R&B, and a lot of jazz and blues, and they actually do quite well. But when we talk about bass, even with the bass boost off, you can still tell that these headphones were made for mostly bass heads, people who are not that concerned about the mids and the highs. They don't have separate, it's just 2 40 millimeter drivers just banging, right? And you can actually feel that bass thumping. You can put your hand on the ear cup on the outside, you can feel it, and then you can actually feel it like you can feel the air movement and you can feel the vibrations on your ear and in your skull. And that's at moderate volume. And even if you crank them up, they do not distort. It's going to be good, clean sound. as you turn them up. Good clean bass anyways. But you can tell that the bass actually leaks over into the mids and highs. So you're not gonna get that crystal clear high and mids that you're probably looking for. So if that's something you're more interested in, is a good overall clean sound, these are definitely not the headphones for you. These are headphones for bass heads, people who like a lot of bass. And this is without the bass boost on. Now, as soon as you hit that button right here, this bass boost button, as soon as you hit it, just hold on to something, because your head is just going to go. I'm telling you, it's gonna be like, when I first put these headphones on, I felt like I was back in high school again. And I opened up my trunk and I had those 215s back there. It feels like you sandwich your head in between 215 and subwoofers, and you just sitting back there jamming, just like you were back in high school and listening to your music loud. It really took me back there. So I had to go back into my music collection and jam out some of my old Master P and No Limit stuff, man, because because I was starting to feel all this bass. It really did take me back, and I listened to a lot of music on these things. So as far as bass, without the bass boost on, you're good to go. And that's where I usually listen to it, without the bass boost on. Because sometimes I will tell you that when you actually hit that button, it's a little too much bass. One, because it's just so much thump. When I keep telling you, you can feel it, I'm serious. You can actually feel the bass moving your scalp, like in and out. Yeah, sometimes it's just too much for the song I'm listening to. Sometimes I really want to feel that thump. But so these headphones do a great job of that. But once again, as far as clarity, it's just not quite there. Yes, the music sounds good, but if you're the audiophile that wants to listen to a lot of clarity, you're talking trumpets and all kinds of percussion, you're not gonna get that crisp sound out of these. So don't bother with these headphones. For the price point, I do think they are worth the money. You can usually find these on sale. They retail for $200, but you can usually find them on sale for $100 or even a little bit less, depending on whether you're at Best Buy or Amazon. So I say if you can find these for less than $200, you got yourself a good deal. So naturally, I recommend buying these headphones. Spend your money on these things. You will not regret it. But keep in mind, you will need another pair if you want to start listening to some more crisp types of sounds of music. And that's why I'm in search for my other pair right now. But I have really enjoyed these for the last 2 years. They've been great for me. I've actually traveled with them, so the fact that they don't fold up is not a big deal. You can actually lay them on your head like this, pull them out, you can lay them down, and they sit pretty good. But that's pretty much it. The sound quality is excellent. I've never heard a pair of headphones that have as much bass as these. And if you want even more bass, you tap that button and you will be blown clear out of your socks. Your eyes will be open to what bass really is if you hit that button. So definitely a good buy. Sony MDR-XB950BT, baby, all day long. Hey, I've never claimed to be an expert in this kind of stuff. I'm just sitting here doing reviews. But before I go, I'm gonna need y'all to tap on that like button and smash on that subscribe button. I'll see y'all at the next one.